All right.
Episode 1.
So, welcome to episode 1.
Episode 1.
Of Peaceful Chaos. We have been wanting to do this for how long?
Years.
So long. And we're finally sitting down to do that first episode.
Yeah.
This is a marking point.
It is. What's today? What's the record?
Date?
Give us the date. March
12th.
March 12th.
I think it's actually March 13th.
Yeah,
Friday
13th.
Friday
Yeah.
the 13th.
Ooh, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
It is 13th.
Is that auspicious? Is that the word?
It is.
All right. Well, I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Cheyenne. I'm an actress, poet, content creator, and mental health advocate. I feel like mental health is a health and wellness overall, I would say. But more specifically, mental health is super important to me.
Yeah. And my name is Janique. I'm a life coach and intuitive healer, a meditation facilitator, a commercial actor, and a content creator as well. And I feel like we have a lot of overlap in the things that we do, and the people that we are, which is why we get along so well. But just enough diversity that we're going to create some contrast in these episodes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're sisters, and we have a lot of the same values, but we definitely approach a lot of things from like opposite sides of the spectrum in ways.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we often say like, you have like the medicine that I need and I have the medicine that you need. Yeah.
My throat is a little scratchy, bear with me. I am sick. This is not how I always sound. But we're gonna work through it. All right, so I think a big theme that's like been on both of our minds that we've been talking about a lot and just trying to like figure out, while still not necessarily like, I know we're always about allowing things to happen in divine timing, but I think right now there's this like itch to relocate and be somewhere that's more inspiring and more fulfilling, and I think just better weather overall.
Yeah.
For me, I know that I stumbled upon astrocartography.
Yeah.
And that specified a very particular location. And I guess for people who don't know what astrocartography is, can you explain that really quickly?
Yeah, so basically it's like an astrological system that takes the planetary alignment when you were born and maps it over a map, creating lines for each planet and different energies from each planet, meaning that where it maps over the Earth, there's different frequencies in different locations that might be either more supportive for you, more tumultuous, better for work in some areas, better for family, better for love, better for community. So depending on where the lines fall on the Earth, basically there's different frequencies that support or hinder you based on where you are in the world.
Yeah, and for me, when I was looking at that, I ran into 3 lines of convergence. One for my career, one for my love life, and one for like my identity.
Yeah.
All out of Rome.
Yeah.
And I'm Italian and Jamaican, so that was like immediately very like, it spoke to me. I was like, oh, why is Rome popping up? And when I was there last year, when I was traveling, because I went to France and Italy, I as soon as I stood on the ground in Rome, there was a part of me that's like, oh, maybe I'm just feeling this way because I'm half Italian, and it's like a bit of like inner narcissism, feeling like, oh, Italians are so amazing. Look at this architecture, look at this infrastructure. I was like, wow, like my people, we built this, but I wasn't sure if it was my ego speaking, or like a true soul presence that like I needed something here, like there was something in the land here for me. And after seeing that, I was like, oh, it wasn't just my ego.
Yeah.
Because in the moment I was definitely feeling big-headed of like, wow, like I'm from here and this stuff is so beautiful, like my people made that, that could have been my great grandfather. You know, that's how I was feeling. But then after seeing that those are actual that's an actual like synergistic space in like 3 different areas of my life, I was like, there's something for me in Rome that needs to be explored.
I feel like we first need to let the people know where we're from and where we're currently living.
Okay,
so
true.
Before we start talking about where we're trying to move, let's talk about where we came from, where we currently are, and why we're trying to leave.
I mean, sure. You
want to go?
Go for it.
Okay, well, I'll go. So we both born and raised in Toronto.
Tidado.
Yeah, Tidado, represent. I moved out to Vancouver, Canada about 10 years ago, and my sister moved out about 2 years ago.
Yeah. As of February, 2-year anniversary.
2-year anniversary coming up, or just happened.
Just happened.
But we're both feeling this pull that the time is up here.
Yeah.
Like we've run its course, you know, we ran the track again. Me, I ran the track 10 times and I'm good. And there's enough things here that are making me want to get out. And I think that there's a lot of similarities as to what we're lacking here. Mm-hmm. I think for both of us, we can say community is lacking, diversity is lacking, culture is lacking, the sunshine on that melanated skin is lacking, except for 3 months out of the year, where 3 months out of the year I would live here, but that's not enough.
Vancouver really does have so much to offer, and it is so beautiful in its own right, and it's been healing.
Yeah.
I keep telling people, like, I came here and I healed here.
Yeah.
And I would never, like, want to trade that for anything. Mm-hmm. It also brought me closer to you here.
Yeah.
Us not growing up living in the same house together, we're related through our father, but we had our moms raised us.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to just live with my sister and do the whole like going in your room and stealing your clothes and like and just like being in the bathroom while you're putting on your makeup, or like right there while you're fixing your hair in the morning. It's like, oh, this is what it would have been like.
Yeah.
So there was something extremely nostalgic about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Vancouver, it brought a lot of healing, a lot of closure, and a lot of clarity in a way. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the time here, but I also feel like I need more, and I need more pace. I feel I need more momentum. It feels a bit slow here, like energetically, which is, again, great for healing, but not what I want right now for the next steps.
I'm also like a firm believer that we don't just need to experience the things we want. Sometimes we need to experience the things that we don't want to actually understand what those things are, so that we can look for the things that we want. So I think in its own right, Vancouver served us each really well in showing us things that we really love, and also things that we are really missing.
Yeah.
And that we can keep looking for. But it's like, that clarity wasn't there. We didn't know what the piece was that was missing for us to even go look for it. It's like, how do you look for something if you don't know what you're looking for? And I feel like we both kind of have a little bit more of a sense of clarity, but maybe not enough clarity to know exactly what's next.
Which is a really interesting thing. That's what I was actually bringing up to you the day when we were sitting in the car. I'm like, for once in my life, I don't necessarily have... Like, I've always had direction in terms of, like... I feel like my heart space feels full, and like internally I know who I am and what I want and what I stand for and my values. But when it comes to my career life, I've always felt like I keep like hopping, and I haven't really found that thing that I really feel the same level of contentment and like joy, and like there's like an internal compass of like growth and measurable like attainment of things in ways. Like, it's weird that it's a trajectory overall, like internal growth, but there's markers of success along the ways, and I think those alone I'm satisfied with. Yeah. But in my career, I've had markers of success along the way, but for some reason I just keep feeling like, oh, I haven't done anything. Like, there's this looming feeling constantly. And so in this next phase, it's like I've been really wanting to just like anchor down and do something. Yeah. But I think that's about the idea. When I'm working internally, there is a compass and there is a direction. And no matter how many obstacles or challenges come along the way, it's always like, I know where I'm headed because my values stay true. You know, certain things are unchangeable. Like, I know what I believe in. I know my belief systems. But when it comes to my career, there isn't that one thing, like a north node, that's pulling me in a linear direction. Yeah. So even though the change and the variability is going to come along the way, it's expected. I'm always okay with change and constantly adapting. I just don't know. I'm like, when sometimes I'm like, it's acting and it's film and it's media, and then other times I'm like, it's humanitarian work and it's health and it's wellness and it's mental health. And now recently I've been steered and I'm like, it's AI and it's revolutionizing the way humanity does things for the future. So I think I'm always changing my direction career-wise. But I have stuck with acting, media, and like arts, I would say, overall, more than anything.
Yeah.
So when I come back to like what feels passion or purpose fueled, I'm always leaning more towards that way in the space of like creating things that are artistic or expressing myself, storytelling, speaking, things of those natures.
Yeah. So you brought up work. What is keeping you in Vancouver right now?
In Vancouver?
Is it work?
No, it's not.
Or or what's not taking you is your direction, or like the reason why you haven't picked a direction, or the uncertainty about where to next, is that tied to work?
No, it's always been tied to an internal feeling.
Okay.
I'm like, I want to feel good about, it's kind of like, do you know in Buddhism how they have the eight noble truths?
Yeah.
One of them is right path.
Yeah.
I just want to work in a way that is the right path.
Yeah.
That's like impacting humanity in a positive way. That's not like, I think what the real true issue is I've been very like material success and worldly success driven and not enough driven through my heart, which is what we had spoken about recently.
Yeah.
That I want to be more heart centered in my approach to my output in whatever I do for work.
Yeah.
So I think the reason why I haven't found that north node or that thing that's pulling me is because it hasn't really come from the heart.
Yeah.
And now that I'm leaning into that more, the podcast was almost like the first step in that direction.
Yeah.
I was like, duh, this is so obvious. This feels good. This feels good in my body. Like everything about it. It's like logically, I'm a person who's a mental projector and I work through things mentally a lot. Everything aligns and adds up in my brain that this makes sense and this is the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so. Like, the right path in the Buddhist way is also like the dharmic path in the yogic philosophy. And I think that that's something that's so similar about both of us, is like we're so soul-led, heart-driven, like ultimately growth oriented. It's like if we aren't living a life of purpose and a life that is of value beyond like just us, like ourselves, and it's literally like, what's gonna make this world a better place? Because 100%. Like if we're not gonna leave this world better than the way we came into it, like what are we even doing? And like I think we both struggle with this, like how do we make sense of this all if we don't
always try to understand it.
But like everything you just said, how do you think you ended up being so like material driven, or like what do you think got you to the point where maybe you have steered away from the heart-led
algorithm
space?
Man. The algorithm. It's like you are what you consume.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're learning a new skill, you kind of need to tap into being online to a certain degree. Like for me, I'm a person who likes to utilize free resources, watch YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Instagram videos, all in the vein of whatever it is that I'm trying to learn about. I'm like a pool of resources like Wikipedia. I feel like I'm like all day long when I'm obsessed with something new.
Yeah.
And I think that the algorithm by default will literally like follow me. It will change to suit what it is that I'm obsessed over at the time.
Yeah.
So when you're in the like high ticket sales and like selling a digital course and being successful online, and you start to get all these influencers and ads and things following you in that way, it's really like it started to bombard my mind that like, oh, how am I going to make like 10K a month? And it became more about the statistics and the numbers. And everyone says like the numbers don't lie when it comes to business. It's all about numbers. So I think I get torn between having this kind of like capitalist mentality and leading through conscious spiritual economics.
Right. And I think we're both the same in the sense that like we're not trying to like be monks meditating on a mountain. No. Even though sometimes we think about it, sometimes we think, is that the right path? Listen, like at the end of the day,
there is a reality where I've got dreadlocks in the mountains and I like I drink herbs and I like farm and forage
and live in a communal living
yeah.
and no money. We work for trade. We trade our services. We all bring our things to the table. But
Facts.
I think we both share this fact that like we also want money.
Yeah.
And we want a certain type of lifestyle, and like not because we want the money. I think it's not that. I think we both believe that our essence and the reflection of that is meant to reflect in a certain way in the external world. Mm-hmm. And at least I could say that for me. It's like when I think about this pursuit of like financial wealth, let's just say, or financial success, mm-hmm. it's not even that I'm like, I need money, because at the end of the day, I feel like I live a pretty freaking good life. Like I feel very content, and I don't feel like I go without. Like I feel like for the most part, when I want something, I go get it. If I want to go somewhere, I do it, you know? Like I live a good life, but there's something where I'm just like, I don't fully feel like my bigness, like the energy that I have to offer, because at the end of the day, I just believe, and I think you're the same, we believe that money is energy. Mm-hmm. Like I just don't feel the reciprocity of like what I know I'm capable of on the inside being returned to me in the energetic form of financial wealth. And it is something that I would like to see happen in my lifetime, where like the bigness and fullness and richness I feel on the outside, like I would love to see it manifest like on the inside. I would love to see it manifest on the outside as well. Yeah. And like you were saying, like the algorithm is like what got you. I mean, for me, like I feel like I had that sort of infiltration before the algorithm, which was mm-hmm. like from my upbringing, mm-hmm. where I was really like, you know, growing up, the difference is like I'm half Sri Lankan and half Jamaican. And so I grew up with my Sri Lankan family, and in the South Asian community, it's like so big to like accolades, go to school, get an education, have a certain type of success. And it's like, it's not even, sometimes it's like, they don't even focus so much on money. It's like very specifically on like titles and status. Yeah, status. So almost like doctor, lawyer, like engineer, like there's certain things where it's like, okay, if you do one of 10 jobs, then you've made it and you're successful. And like, at least you can have like this certain label that you can put on your card, or you have this acronym before your name.
Really, it's like bragging rights for your parents.
100%.
Bragging rights for your
100%.
parents. 100%.
So it's just like I had all that in me, and I never went that route. Like I did go to school and do certain things, but I actually did end up having like a very secure job, and you know, like was on the salary train, working my way up in a corporate environment. Mind you, it was like in hospitality, so it wasn't quite this like high accolade glamorous thing, but still like it was like a respectable, secure life and job that I had. And I was like, I thought that was it. Like I was like, okay, I got married, I found my man, I got my good job, and I worked in that job for several years, and I was getting raises, and it was secure, and I had benefits. And honestly, like it's like I was just doing that, and I was checking off the list, like okay, and I was miserable. Like I was like, this can't be it. Yeah. This can't be it. Yeah. Like how is this the life that they sold to me? Yeah. How is this like this is what they told me life is about, that I should have X,
and the
Y, Z.
funny thing is, I was like on the same trajectory outside of the corporate job structure. Yeah. It's like the same thoughts and mentality, but it's just like my mom growing up was like kind of a job shifter. Yeah. Like she went from like one thing to the other. Like she was working in real estate, and then she was working in the city and in the waste scale management sector. So it's like I saw my mom hop around quite a bit. And same with Mike. He was actually a truck driver for waste management way back when. He started installing satellite dishes. I think currently he does irrigation systems. Yeah. So like I've always seen my parents kind of like move around a lot and shift and hustle. There was definitely no like you need to become a doctor or a lawyer. Like that status stuff was not a thing in the house. It was really like get a good paying job, whatever you love, whatever you're passionate about, but just get security. Yeah. So my mom still instilled that like something with benefits, something that, you know, just like security, job security and old age security in the future. Yeah. So it's like I still had that mentality while I was working through being an actor and a public speaker and running a mindset program. I'm like, I need to earn X amount of money for long-term future security. That way I can start investing right now in like TFSAs and GICs and ETFs and real estate and build my portfolio and be like successful and financially secure for the future. Like the mindset was still all rooted in like the 9-to-5 job security mentality. Yeah. But I knew I didn't want to trade my time for money. And I knew that very early, very young. because I did bottle service, and because I was modeling, and because I was acting, I was getting paid thousands of dollars in one day for hours of work. And I was like, there's no way I can go get a corporate job and make 24, 22, 25. So that was never an option from I was like 18. I could never get into corporate life because it didn't really serve me or look appealing in any way, shape, or form. But same mentality nevertheless. It just, I was more of this like freelance worker still. I wasn't in the mindset yet of business ownership.
Right.
Or like land ownership or venture capital, you know, like, or investing, angel investing. Like I wasn't in that realm of thinking yet, because to me that was like associated with rich people. Right. And wealthy people. And it's like, I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy, but I'm not going to work a job. I'm going to hustle, and I'm going to charge my own rates, and I'm going to, you know, work hard in a different way.
Yeah. I mean, like same, but different, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I think for me, like, life really started to shift when I decided to quit my job, my corporate, when I decided to leave my marriage. And I was like, this isn't it. And then I was like, okay, so what is it? And I think one thing I started maybe like a little bit before you, and now we're like a little bit more like on the same page and kind of exploring it, hopefully more together going forward, is the travel bug. So I would say like 6 years ago, after I left my marriage, actually, that's a lie. Pandemic happened. So let's just go like a little like fast forward a little bit. That thing happened. We'll save that one for another episode, because we got a lot to say about that.
Jeez, so much to say.
We got a lot to say about that one, but we'll come back.
I don't even know if I can say everything that I got to say without getting canceled.
No, we gotta do some edits on that one. But anyways, after we got past that little bit and I got comfortable with finding my ways to travel, I started traveling, and I haven't stopped. So in the last 4 years, I have spent at least 4 months out of the year outside of Canada,
that is
traveling.
Like Canadian's dream.
Yeah, and a lot of it started with a lot of like soul searching and doing a lot of trainings for me, like my yoga teacher training, my meditation teacher training, like going to India and like sitting with different gurus, and like a lot of traveling in the East, in Southeast Asia. And I really think that through travel, like I really found myself. I'm definitely the version of myself that I am today, because I made those choices to walk away from pretty much everything that I built up, and decide that wasn't for me, that wasn't the life for me, and that was really, really hard to walk away from.
Nobody knows how hard it is to walk away from things that don't serve you sometimes.
Especially when it looks good on paper. When it looks good on paper, and it actually doesn't feel that bad. Like
that's what'll get you. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's not that bad. It's always the that bad that'll get you in life.
For sure.
With anything.
Because it's like, I didn't hate my job, and I actually still loved my ex-husband, but I was like, this isn't my life. That's how I felt. Like I was just like, this isn't my life.
Like, I'm a character.
This isn't my life. Like
I'm playing, what are the pedestrians? NPC.
I'm an NPC.
You're like, I'm an NPC in my own life.
No, that's literally how it felt. Like, and I was just like, I can't continue. I can't. Like, I will die on the inside. And that's how it felt. Like, on the inside, I was just like slowly dying, but like I had perfected the like
masking. That's another episode as well.
I was masking to like the max, because on the outside no one would have ever. Did you know how unhappy I was? I don't think anyone really knew.
I feel like I had an idea.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I thought at those times?
What?
I thought like, sister's asleep.
Yeah. I was kind of
dead ass. I was just like, she's just doing what everyone else does. And like, good for her. She's got a great job. She got her husband, whatever. But I'm like, in my brain, I thought, like, what does she really want? What are her true desires? What is she really... Like, there was, like, I wanted to know you deeper. Yeah. But from the outside in, I always just felt like she's just ticking the boxes. Like, she's doing the thing that everyone says you're supposed to do. And I think for me, I have innate bias whenever anyone's doing that, just because I'm... Not to say that it's not, like, my anti-structure. Like, it's just... I'm very flowy. Like, I'm gonna date, and when it doesn't feel good anymore, we're not gonna date anymore. But I'm not, like... quick to hop. I will go and push through a bit of trials and tribulations. You know, I'll have the conversations, I'll have those hard conversations, but if there's so much resistance, there is a point where I ask myself, like, should it really be this difficult?
Yeah.
And like, maybe this is a sign, you know, or like this is something guiding me or pointing me in another direction. Right. So I try to be realistic about what things serve me and which things don't, but yeah it's lost my train of thought on that one.
That's okay. We were basically just talking about the fact that you thought I was asleep because I was just going through the motions, and I was saying that, you know, I found travel and I started exploring and started living a good portion of my life outside the country. And I guess that kind of ties in everything we're talking about, which is like this feeling that we both really want to relocate from Vancouver, relocate towards a more soul-led life. Relocate towards a place where we feel like it aligns with our purpose
and our melanin
and our melanin and our melanin and our melanin,
please,
yes,
for people in the back.
I
just need some sun. It's crazy.
So
how do you stay motivated? How do you keep going when you're just uncertain and don't know which direction you're headed in, where you want to live next? Like, at this age, let's bring age in as a factor. How does that play a factor in you deciding these things?
For sure. I mean, especially for me, because I'm 4 years older, and as much as like age is literally nothing to me, like I don't feel my age in any regards, like at all, until I think about like the literal biological clock that's built into me, and the fact that I do want to start a family, which took me a long time to actually claim for myself, because I have had ups and downs with whether that was in the cards for me, and I have landed on, I'm not attached to it to the point where I would freeze my eggs, but you know, it is something that I would like to manifest into my life. And so at this point, I think the way you're focused on where do I see success in my career, I think I equally think that, but I think where do I feel like I will find success in starting a family and raising that family and then having a career that will support that. So I think, even though I think we both want similar things, I think the leading thing for you is a little bit different than me, because I think I lead with that and career comes second, and you lead with career and maybe family comes after that. Maybe that's...
Which sounds so sacrilegious.
No, it doesn't at all. No. Because no, it doesn't, and like, I don't want to know, because I don't want anyone to think that. Like,
it's not that I value my career over my family. In fact, they're like of equal value. I'm just not striving towards being a mother right now.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
it's like I would still, like, in certain situations, put family above a career opportunity, for sure, depending on the magnitude of the situation. You know.
Yeah.
Some people are so diehard, just career driven only, that like nothing can get in the way of that.
Yeah.
It's like they'll miss out on everything for their family. Like, I'm really there gonna try and make it work, because it's just as valuable to me. I just want to like highlight that, because it sounds crazy saying
you're
that
right.
I'd put family and everything else after my career. I'm not that career driven.
No.
I'm just I'm passionate about being financially free right now in my life.
For sure.
More than I am about being a mom. Like, by far.
But beyond that, I think it's like if we could take like some sort of a machine that tapped into your brain and listened to your thoughts all day long, and one that tapped into my brain and listened to my thoughts all day long. I'm
not thinking about men at all. Ever.
Yeah, like I think that you're thinking about like, okay, like business this and like
I should start recording content. I have a series idea.
Yeah.
How can I package this and bundle this?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm over here thinking like, okay, how can I attract like, my life partner? I don't know. We're not going to use high value man. I don't want to use high value man. I can't feel that one. But I'm over here thinking like, okay. And then as I'm dating, I'm like, is this person aligned? How aligned are they? Is this person going to be a good father? Am I going to be a good mother? Oh, what is this trait that's going to support this? Like, it's like everything is cued towards like, am I showing up as a good partner? Am I dating in a way that's going to attract me the partner that I want? That's going to be the father of my children? Like, it's like, if you really tapped into my brain, I would say that there's a large percentage of my thoughts that go towards that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And like, it's funny because like a couple years ago, it wasn't like, I probably was the same. Like when I first started my coaching business, I would say for the first 2 years, if you tapped into my brain, all I thought about was that like, okay, how many times am I going to date? I'm going to post. What's my next post going to be? Like, what can I talk about with my community? And how can I get my next client and this and that? And like, that's all I thought about, talked about. And if you would have, if you could tap into my brain and hear it, that's what it would have sounded like. But something just freaking like switched. And for a while, I thought I almost wanted to turn it off. Like, I was like, no, I'm not gonna, gain success or get the things that I want in life in terms of my career if I can't like refocus. But I realized like
refocus on what?
Like, it almost felt like when I started to have the focus that I have right now on finding a partner and starting a family, that I was like trying to like force myself back to my old thought patterns, which was to focus on career and financial success and like certain things, because it almost felt like if I'm not thinking about those things in the way that I was before, how do I plan on ever being successful in that way? And then I realized like it's just not authentically where I'm at right now. And there's no amount of me trying to force myself to be there when this is really present for me. And I think that there's a lot of messaging that's kind of confusing, where it'll be like, like we have to really like put the energy on ourselves. And if we think too much about the partner, they'll never come and blah, 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 and whatever. And so part of me used to try and like just restructure the way I was thinking and pull back.
Let it come to you.
Yeah, and just be like, just focus on my own life and blah, 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 and all those things will come. But then really I thought about it. I'm like, I want to be an aligned participant in this thing that I'm calling in. And I am actually like actively calling it in. And I don't think that there's a problem with that. And I do think that there's some messaging out there that can make women who are thinking about manifesting a partner feel bad. Like they're putting too much emphasis on it. I think it's just about balance. It's like, if that's all I was thinking about, I'm still
then you're going to neglect yourself a little
exactly.
bit,
But it's like, that's not all I'm thinking about. Like, I'm still thinking about my content and getting brand deals and, growing my coaching practice and doing things that inspire me and staying creative and all these things. So it's like, it's not about being all in on one or the other, but it's just finding the balance.
Yeah.
It's
so funny. There's a series right now on Netflix called, I don't want to butcher it, but the CEO. So the CEO Club is Amazon special, and I believe it's like produced by Serena Williams, but it's following the lives of 7 entrepreneurs. Winnie Harlow's in it as well, and that's all you see is this struggle and balance between being a mom, a wife, a girlfriend, getting engaged. Every single one of these women's have like fragrance lines and clothing lines, and they're doing these multifaceted entrepreneurial lives. Winnie Harlow's a supermodel, Serena Williams, ex-athlete. Like, they have all these press conferences. Like, they're so busy in their lives, and the constant theme across every single one of them is constantly, number one, just like, do I have it in me to do it? Am I giving every single component the right amount of energy? Am I authentically aligned with these things? But it's like, that's just like a common theme amongst any woman who's trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to be a mom, trying to be a girlfriend. Like, it's like none of them really feel like they found the balance. They're just always striving towards trying to have balance. And that's really all that it is, right? Like, balance is the name of the game.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
You don't have to choose anything. You can do all of them, but
yeah,
it's just finding a way to, like you said, not put all your eggs in one basket, not just be 100% focused on trying to have a man. Like, you need to also, you know, take care of yourself and have everything be in alignment.
Yeah, for sure.
For it to come.
Let's just quickly, like, steer it towards, like, what are some things that we are, like, implementing or working through or, like, working towards in this current season, for this current year, in terms of kind of finding that clarity that we're talking about, and like manifesting the things that we're both discussing into our realities.
I think for me it's consistency. You know that I'm like the queen of starting new side hustles and or business ventures and not completing them, or getting to the point where I've tested it far enough that I'm like, this isn't for me.
Right.
Which I don't think is a bad thing. Like, I do think that you should, like, you know, things should be kind of like tried and tested to make sure that it feels aligned and it feels good for you. But I think there is a component of me that I've finally acknowledged that was fearful of success. And the fear of success came with the fear of responsibility. And having a team and having to, you know, like, show up and be strong for everyone on days that I don't feel the best. And for anyone who's watching, like, I've constantly struggled with my mental health. So consistency has always been something that, not that I feel incapable of, but it's a fear and it's a struggle. It's hard. Consistency is hard when you are quote unquote told that you have a mood and personality disorder that makes you, you know, low function some days and high function other days, feel like erratic some days and depressed other days. So and really that comes down to trauma. I do a lot in my life to try and balance out my neurochemicals through diet, healthy eating, and that's why health and wellness is so important. But it's taken me this long to really harness the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows being 100% like unmedicated. So yeah, I think for me, I've recognized the root of fear. I'm ready to stand up to fear in the face, be consistent, put myself in spaces that scare me, shoot for opportunities that I can 100% fail at, but be 100% okay with, and kind of just like fail forward, but in a more focused direction. You know?
I feel like we're similar, like same but different, because I don't know that I struggle with consistency, because like I've been very, very consistent with a lot of things in my life. Like there's certain things, like I don't think I've ever fallen off my fitness. I don't think I've ever, like there's certain things that I just don't fall off of. So I know I'm very capable of consistency when I want to apply it to something. For me, it's definitely like my focus this year is like getting over this Peter Pan syndrome. And I think like this like idea of not wanting responsibility, which is like ironic because I'm literally saying that I want to have a child and start a family because really? you know that requires a lot of responsibility. And
but got a cat in the past year.
Having a cat has definitely introduced some new responsibility. But what I think for me, if I look back at my life and I see where I was having this like corporate job, being a wife, having a certain life where I think I had so much responsibility and so much consistency and really held it together. I think often what happens when you're healing is you,
all the way
the pendulum swings, like it overcorrects like a little too far. And I think that I've been living the last few years in a bit of an overcorrection and slowly doing the pendulum swing to find the balance in between. So I definitely went from having so much responsibility to like rejecting it all and just like getting on a plane and being like, screw all this. Like, I don't want any of this. Like, I don't want to work a job. I don't want to answer to anybody. I want to do things my own way. And I think also having things start, that swing started during the pandemic, where it also kind of lent itself that the government was like, well, here's unemployment money. And then after that, it was like the government gave me money. And then I went on EI. And then life just kind of afforded me the opportunity to just take a bunch of time off. And then there was like a couple times in my life, one with a lawsuit and another time with just like a freakish luck situation where I've just been offered lump sums of money.
Abundance
is
is
flowing. Abundance keeps
somehow.
I just keep
not how you think you want.
Yeah, you know what? So I like rejected all responsibility, and somehow money has just kept me afloat without having to do much. But it just seems like whatever that sauce was that was like fueling that is like starting to run out. And I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, okay, so if we do this forever, it's not going to feel good for my nervous system, because I've gotten myself into a bit of like a paycheck to paycheck situation where I just like build up a certain reserve and then dick off for like 4 to 6 months and burn down that reserve and rinse and repeat for the last couple years. And that's really not a sustainable way to do life. And my nervous system has realized that I don't love that feeling. So yeah, I think what I am looking to do is create some stability, and definitely create some structures towards, I guess, manifesting a certain level of income, but in a passion pursuit way. But like, I think where I'm resisting work or like certain consistencies that would get me the results that I want, it's resisting the fact that I would have to grow up and keep on doing those things and stay responsible and stay like I would have to keep showing up for these systems and things that I put in place to create the results. So
no matter what, the work is hard.
Yeah.
Either you're going to do the hard work for someone else, or you're going to do the hard work for yourself.
Facts.
So no matter what, the work is hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, we just got to face actually doing it. You're trying to run away from doing hard work sometimes. Meanwhile, we also like run head on into the spiritual work.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That we're like, career life, you're like, nah.
Facts.
But like spiritual work, you're like, give it to me. All the ayahuasca ceremonies. Everything.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's give me some grace, because I spent
out here doing frog poison.
I spent 2 years doing deep inner work. You know what? Let's talk about that, because actually,
to the work.
Where I have been out of balance is that everything I did before was outer work from a societally prescribed way. Then I went to doing inner work and doing a lot of inner work. And now I'm trying to do outer work, but not from a societally prescribed way, but from a heart-led way.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying that, because I almost feel like you just gave me my flowers.
Yeah.
In the sense that saying like, I actually haven't been Peter Pan and just like doing nothing. No. I've actually been working hard, but inside. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Me
you.
too. That's what I'm saying.
You.
It's just, we're
you
finally...
Too. Here's your flowers. Yes. You get your flowers.
Finally at the space where you're ready to just deal with life, handle life, like do the thing. Right. Do the external hard work. Yeah. You know? And it's gonna make, I think, the work all that much more better.
I agree.
Because like you said, we're leading from a heartfelt space.
Yeah.
And we're also just like more grounded in ourselves, in our yeses and our nos, and what's going to be in alignment.
Yeah.
So when opportunities come, you're not like, ooh, FOMO, like I should do that, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. It's going to be very like, no, I don't think that's good for the business, or I don't think that's, you know, I think it'll feel so clear when it comes through, when the opportunities come through that are in alignment.
Yeah, and I guess we both have this like luring pending question mark as to like where will we both end up, and what will that look like. And I think that that's kind of the beauty and the scary part of where we both are right now, is that we're both in the space of like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be next. I don't necessarily know exactly 100% what I'm supposed to be doing next, but I feel like we're both making all the right steps towards figuring it out. And a lot of it is trial and error. A lot of it is just sitting with ourselves and getting clear and getting into that heart space. And
well, also this is the year of the fire horse, I believe. So I think it's also a year to take action. Yeah. And this podcast is kind of one of those first steps in the right direction of taking action towards the things that we really want to manifest for ourselves. Yeah. So the consistency starts here now.
Yeah.
Doing this. Like, I want to see us reach that, like, 100th episode goal, you know? But yeah. And just on the topic of, you know, wanting to pursue passions and being heart-centered and, you know, in alignment, what is your passion? What is your passion and your purpose in this season?
Like, for sure, it is and always has been supporting people. Like, supporting people on their journey towards authenticity. I think supporting people towards their liberation, supporting people towards just like freedom. Like, I think more than anything, it's like authenticity, liberation, and freedom, which is so in tune with my human design, being a manifester, because like I'm all about freedom, want, and like that's, I'm here to initiate, and it's like I initiate myself, but I also initiate other people into those energies, into those spaces. So a lot of that is just me freeing myself, liberating myself, and just I can see it just the way I walk through the world now after liberating and freeing myself. It frees people around me, like without even sitting down one-on-one and doing a coaching session. I can feel like sometimes just my presence in a room is causing, whether people know it or not, like a friction or like something in them, whether they're looking at me and judging me, whether they're looking at me but something wakes up in people. And to be able to actually take that energy and work with people one-on-one is something that I really, really, really think is what I'm here to do. I mean, I shouldn't just say one-on-one. One-on-one is like the main piece of my work, but groups, whatever. Yeah.
Just environment.
Yeah. And how about you?
I think I only recently got really clear about what my passion is and my purpose and like what I'm trying to call into the world this year through my work. And that is to always like, number one, be light and love.
Yeah.
So similar to what you were saying, I want to do my best to always carry light and love through all the things that I do in my relationships with people, like not be so removed emotionally. I find that I can compartmentalize and be really, like if I'm in a business meeting, then I'm like, business, let's put on the business hat, you know? It's like, no, like, it's just like I want to just be authentically myself in a lot more settings that I've held back and thought that I needed to perform or be a certain way. Yeah. That's even like really showing up in my acting as well. Yeah. I'm more liberated in my scenes and the type of like takes that I'll give to the directors. I'll take risks. I'll do things that I wouldn't have normally done. And I'm like, if they don't like it, then they're missing out because I think this was a sick tape, you know? So, yeah, I just have been going into more things in a more authentic space, and I want to continue to share that knowledge with people through storytelling, through my art forms as an actress, and or content, through my content. I think I want to develop my writing a lot more as well. Yeah. And get deeper and more conscientious about the things that I write about. I think I've avoided things that are controversial. Right. I've avoided having backlash or people having an opinion about my work. Yeah. But I'm ready to pour more of myself into my art this year. Yeah. In all facets. Yeah.
Yeah. We're just gonna talk our shit this year. talk our shit. Watch out.
Watch out. Yeah. I love this for us.
I love it too.
All right.
Yeah.
I think like it feels good for me to end it here.
I think so, me too.
I feel like that's a wrap on the first episode of Peaceful Chaos.
Peaceful Chaos.
And we hope to see you guys next time. Yeah. And we'll bring you some more soul-led conversations. Just sipping tea, talking our shit.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're just two sisters kikiing, and we just want to kiki with you too.